welcome to another long overdue video from GT Scale Modelling. So this is going to be update, is it 4, I think, for my Afghan Diorama series. You're going to start with the usual disclaimer of apologies for lack of videos, just with the world's a bit of a strange place just now, and with work and young family, that's not leaving a huge amount of time for me to do these things. So I realised though that I hadn't shown you the actual diorama base that I was planning for this. I think the last video I had was the quad bike and some of the figures, and then there was I did the tutorial on how to paint the British MTP, and then showing you the completed figures that I had for the diorama. Now, the idea has changed somewhat in things from what I was going to do, and I'll talk about that just now. So this is the diorama base. I will stick some stills in here as I talk, and which will show you this in a little bit more detail. It's easier than trying to kind of throw it up to the camera. I can't remember if I showed this or talked about it before, but the diorama was going to be based around this Wimmick Land Rover, which is the Hobby Boss kit. As you can see, that's not finished, and it's not going to get used certainly not in this diorama. I'll probably finish it at some point, and it will probably just sit as a standalone model and or appear on something else entirely in the future. So we can kind of get rid of that, but I was going to do that. So the diorama base. This building I did not make. Okay, so I'm not going to claim any credit for this building. Ian White of CW Modelling, he made this building for one of his own dioramas and had recycled it, and very kindly sent this building and another one up to me. So I decided I would incorporate that as is. I haven't changed it other than blending it into the base. I didn't feel a need to. It's fine. So the base, picture frame. This is the pink foam with a layer of plaster over the top, if I remember rightly. Plaster? No, sorry, apologies. It's filler, the same as Chalky White does actually. Over the top, a small irrigation ditch sort of through the middle, and a couple of the little sort of walkway bits. This is done from some reference pictures I saw of kind of a common way that Afghan streets are made. Some areas have pavements, some don't really have a pavement, they just have rough ground outside their buildings, with a sort of drainage ditch that is the divide between there and the roadway. Painted up and then just dusted up with a whole lot of pigments and things to give a sort of mottled, generally sort of dusty look. Again, I'll stick some stills up. The ditch has got some kind of green growth and things in it to give a sort of a slightly sort of muddier look, and it's got some AK Interactives, the sort of muddy puddles water effects in it. However, although I poured very, very thin little layers because it doesn't need to be deep water, it has what's the word, contracted and cracked a bit, so it actually doesn't look very good. So I may have to take this out if it will come out without damaging everything, because it doesn't really look very good anymore. I added a few bits, sort of scraps of paper and things to give the impression of kind of rubbish and things around. I do have some little ancillary parts somewhere, some little cans and things that I kind of stick around as sort of general sort of street detritus and things. The scene though, okay, this will not have any vehicles on it. It will be effectively a patrol. It will be a patrol of British figure. So I have several kneeling figures. The exact layout will be to be determined. And the idea is that we've got some kind of the patrol IC. You'll not stand up. Patrol IC and a couple of figures I also have another one which is as yet unpainted. This guy here, which is from the Gecko model set. These guys are all from the this guy is actually from the Master Box set, I believe. Yes, sorry. He's from the Master Box set, and the other kneeling figures are from the Bronco models with the quad bike, and this guy is another kneeling figures from the Gecko models set. So I'll paint him up, and these guys will be positioned around as if they've halted on patrol. And then I have several Afghan civilian figures. These came from the mini art set, the new mini art set of Afghan figures. Again, I'll stick some stills up of these guys. They're not quite finished, they're in progress. This is probably blurry because I can't tap the camera to focus it, so apologies for that. But yes, they will be around. The kind of impression I will be was that, you know, the patrol commander stopped here talking to a couple of guys. We've got the dude sitting down here as if they're just minding their own business. Rest of the patrol is sort of just taking a knee while the IC checks something with the local, and that will be the overall scene. So most of the figures are done. It's just those few civilians and a few bits of street detritus to finish off, and this diorama will be done. I think the base itself I'm quite happy with, and more or less done, other than potentially replacing the water there. So that's where we are with the main diorama. And I say main diorama because what I decided to do is I have the quad bike, which I previously showed you, and if I'm not using the Wimmick and the quad bike anymore, the diorama was going to be too big if I put them on. I decided that I would finish that up and basically put its own little, I guess we could call it a vignette base, or maybe just a little display base. So that's what's made here, and again I'll stick some stills up here. So just it's just sort of rough ground, a ditch. There's some water to go in here yet, but this will need to be a little bit deeper, and I think the stuff I have is not going to work for that, so I may need to try and get some two-part apologies, got interrupted there. I can't even remember what I was saying now. Yeah, water. I think I might get some clear two-part epoxy resin for in there. That will be a better thing for that. So that's all that's needed for that. General layout for this is, as I said, a small display base more than anything, rather than a diorama. It's not to necessarily tell a story, it's just a way of presenting the quad bike. And you get these bridging bridges for going over. It's quite common, there's a lot of ditches in Afghanistan, irrigation ditches and things, so that's kind of the thing here. And the quad bike will go on there, like so, with the rider who has gone AWOL. He's here. Oh, and the trailer will be on the back of it, and that's how that will look. Just nice and simple, and it was a way to still utilise the quad bike that I had, and I quite enjoyed having this sort of practice of another little diorama base. I haven't done very many, and this was quite good practice. So we'll leave it there. My battery's about to go, and I didn't want this to be a very long video, just an update. I think in the future I'm really going to try, once I get these builds out of the way, I might try and do a full build video. It will probably take a long time to put together. I don't get much time, so I'll maybe do some updates on stuff, but I would quite like to do a full build video. I think they're maybe slightly better received than these update videos. I do this to share the hobby with people. I don't necessarily do it for the YouTube money and all. Like I can't get any anyway. I don't have a big enough channel, but it would be nice if people did sort of watch it. It means that the hobby is being appreciated by other people. So if you are watching this video, please like it, stick a comment down below. It'd be good to hear from people. It's nice to know if people are actually watching and enjoying. I get they're really not the most interesting or best videos around. There are a lot better modelers putting content out there, but I hope that if you've watched it, you've found it sort of interesting and things. And I will be looking to do something a little different in the future, and maybe that will improve things. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.